Hey guys, welcome back. BDC Care here, and we're back with another online multiplayer video.
And we're revisiting a little bit of an oldish kind of team. Still really good, but it's got a lot of weaknesses in the new meta, where it favors basic damage. And it's Aries, Batgirl, and Killer Frost. Killer Frost has a new loadout, which I think is his 4th roll gear, and I'll show you why. Batgirl is a classic, drop a special 1 and stun and area damage over everybody. Aries is completely different because he's got 2 pieces of Lexcor gear, and the main reason for that is to save him from getting drained at the beginning with Mother Box. And he's got his sword, mainly because of the splash damage on special 2. Because in my mind, if you're gearing him and planning for him to do a huge special 2, the extra damage is wasted unless it spills over.
Yeah.
And so instead of, we could have actually started him with special 2 by giving Ra's al Ghul's scimitar, and he could have the special 2 right away, but I actually prefer the splash damage. And what's cool about this, even though we don't really have a basic damage dealer, you can see when he does a critical hit, the amount of damage he does is not small, like 9,000 something, right?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Alright, the beauty of this is, watch, look at his health. He's got huge life drain, so sometimes it's really tempting on this loadout to play him and let him, keep him in longer than you expect, because if you can build to special 2, you're basically refilling his health.
Yeah.
The danger is, you play a little too close to the edge, it totally knocks you out. What I'm really looking for, the first fight's almost always easy. There you go.
Out. Boom. Huge overkill.
Yeah, I'm always hoping somebody on the other team has Mother Boxes, then it buys us a special 2 immediately.
Yeah.
So we've played this team before, a little bit differently, with Killer Frost being more of a special specialist, but what this does is, if your Aries is really low health, get him off until he's got enough for special 2. Leave Killer Frost in, because with her ability to decrease power, slow people down when she does a special 1. Was there a Mother Box there? Nope. Alright, then she can buy enough time so that Aries can generate a couple bars while he's waiting.
Yeah.
Come in, drop a special 2, and fully heal again. I like this.
That's the conservative way to play.
Yeah. So you'll notice too, Aries doesn't have any health or damage augmentation, but he's got full crit and crit damage, crit chance and crit damage augmentation.
And you can see he does deal some decently significant damage.
Right, and that's really just from gearing him for a different effect. Gearing him to not lose power, so because he's still our special 2 specialist, and to do area effect over. Oh, so this is going to be
close.
Yeah, this might be where you get a little bit sloppy because he doesn't. There we go, perfect. Now he's going to do a huge amount of. There's his health fully. That's why this loadout I think is pretty good. And
yeah.
useful.
It's not quite the Blackest Night Martian Manhunter heal, but it's the same amount of health at the end of the day.
Look, she just stunned him. That was enough. The stun was enough to knock him out.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I guess you can make the argument, I think, that the Batgirl by herself is enough, and she probably is. But Aries is kind of almost useless without her.
Yeah.
And it's almost a shame. You can play Batgirl anywhere else, but you play her here, then Aries becomes such a huge difference maker.
Sorry, just before the moment's gone, Batgirl killing on stun reminds me a game I've been playing recently, Shadow Warrior 2. When you draw your sword out, it actually counts as an attack, so if you're right up against people, you can slice them open by pulling your sword out of its sheath, and it just, that kind of come on in, stun, knock them out reminds me of it.
Oh, you could, actually, that is funny, because you could stun, if you had when you have Cloak of Destiny on Batgirl, she potentially stuns Antagon. If they only have 1 health, that stun knocks them out too.
Yeah. It's just, you're gearing up for attack, you activate your special 1, and it's almost just like activating it.
That was perfect, because he could have drained us.
Yeah,
but it's only reversed it because of the Lexcor gear.
It's almost like activating it in the first part is actually what kills him, not the actual special.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I like this team.
Yeah. And it has its most trouble when you get people who can rinse specials, because it is still a special focused team at the end of the day.
And that's why I like specials where there's a secondary effect. So the fact that, so say on Reverse Flash, if you hit him with a special 2, he's still gets his life drain. He still gets his
Yeah,
Aries
so
still gets his energy back. Oh,
so
Mother
he gets
Box,
all of
perfect.
his health back.
We are going to start with 2 bars of power, but because Mother Box also has a chance to dodge special 2, we're not going to use the special 2. We'll get the bar of power, but we're not going to get tempted by trying to do special 2 right away and then have Deadshot dodge it. We'll tag in somebody else and save Aries for when Deadshot is
Dead or swapped
screen.
out, yeah.
Swapped out, yeah. When he tags out. Oh, where was the power? Did I misread that?
Must have not been Mother Box then.
I gotta pay attention.
We'll give you a little bit of insight. We're running this off of Movie Maker, and we're watching it through the Movie Maker screen,
Oh,
so it is a little bit
thumbnail.
small text.
Oh, can't block. Perfect. One frustrating thing is if they're slow and they happen to get the first hit in, I hate when they get their full combo in.
Yeah, because it's wasting so much of the frozen time.
Boom. How much was that? That was a good one.
The funny thing is, when they're frozen with ice, it's almost like a kind of player advantage more than it would be an AI advantage, right? Because it lets you kind of take advantage of the split-second things in ways that AIs usually do, because it's a little more telegraphed.
Yeah, you see there where Batgirl just finished off Harley Quinn. This is one of the reasons why I favor. Oh, is that Mother Box?
There it is. That's the Mother Box.
Right, this is why I favor Harley Quinn. Sorry, no, I favor Batgirl over Lucha Urbane for that loadout because Lucha Urbane has to tag in. So if he's down the last guy, you've lost that power. But Batgirl can do it anytime she builds up to special 1, and all I have to do is make sure that it gets unblocked, right?
That's a good point. I guess it all depends on how often it actually goes down to the wire like that. Or, I guess it depends on whether that makes the difference once. Because if it makes a difference once in your game, then it means that if you haven't lost any and you've won one that you wouldn't have otherwise, it means that it's worth it.
So that didn't hold back on special 2 because the first player did not have Mother Box. But it was just enough to give us the power, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking that he'll tag out by the time we build up the second bar of power. Perfect. Oh, he's forcing us out, and we're knocked out. That was probably not the best technique. And the good thing here is splash damage is going to hit Injustice 2 Superman even though he's immune to special. And
so you can still hit him with the effects of the special even though he's not getting hit with the brunt.
Yeah, the problem is he heals. I think this was the 4th World Gear loadout, so that'll remove his protection. And sometimes I can't help but want to practice swiping just to get the... There we go.
Yeah.
Because it's a bad habit to get into to not finish it when you start, to get into...
So that was your warm-up. Oh, and here's a little bit of overkill. No, actually, with the Resurrect. Sorry. My mistake.
And the good thing he's the last guy. He's not going to recharge his shield, right?
Yeah.
Boom.
There we go.
Time's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a relatively effective team.
Less than a minute. Anything under that is a reasonable time to go for.
Yeah, and it still goes to the fact that, I mean, I think Killer Frost does not have her crit. She's not crit augmented. Only Batgirl and Aries are. And I actually do like this loadout on her because as long as you've got their 4th world, okay. LexCorp, this is a boring League of Assassins, okay. As long as you've got a loadout that benefits from having her just stall, she's basically your tank installer in this setup, then she can give you the chance to build up some power bars on your 2 specialists, Batgirl and Aries. So what do you think? We talked about it a little bit. Have you changed your thoughts about what you're expecting from Injustice 2?
I really don't know at this point. I have some hopes for it. I think they have a chance to do a lot better stuff if they choose to. I think there's some relatively easy choices that would improve the quality of life of the game. But it's hard to tell because for some of them at least, they probably wouldn't align with the monetization structure of the game, right? And what I really think would be great is if they could just make a good game and, I don't know, somehow, like, consider it like advertising budget or something like that for Injustice 2.
Okay, so what we saw, sorry, interrupt, what we just saw here was that effective special 2 from Aries making because Arkham Knight Batman, normally I'm peeved when he's immune to crit,
Yeah.
but that meant he survived, and that meant a bunch of unblockable attacks. Sorry, go ahead. Justice 2.
Yes, but I'm not sure if that's realistic. So I think either way, I'm hoping that it'll be a good enough game.
Mhm.
I'm hoping that if it's completely separate, that it won't be quite as good as Injustice. So people will come back or will stay here, or it'll be way better than Injustice. So that once we've made the transition, we'll have more fun.
Yeah. All right. Perfect example here. We took advantage of that. We had Killer Frost stalling because Arkham Knight Batman, when he's crit immune, is really difficult to handle, especially when he's resurrecting and healing with Fourth World. So we took advantage of that by building up bars of power on both Aries and Batgirl, stalling with Killer Frost, so he didn't have a lot of specials to keep on healing, and just brought them in for the kill when they built up enough.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I think it's. I still love Injustice, and I think it's the more we play, the more you. Let's see what he's got. Not too much. All right. Mother Box, perfect.
There we go.
There's our 2 bars of power. The more we play, the more I appreciate the subtleties of, the picking the right character, the latency after their swipe combo, how long it takes them to start it, how long it takes them to be ready to hit again once they've done it, all that kind of stuff. I guess when you play it enough, you really appreciate the little differences like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, 2 bars. I almost feel bad about wasting it and not taking advantage of the life drain, but that way lies madness and losing.
Yeah, you're really beating them down.
Can I get 2 bars before I knock him out?
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Oh yeah, I can. Force the World, forgot. Resurrection. He's only got 2 of them. And it's not worth waiting to try to fish them because there's a splash damage and we got a couple hard hitters on our bench.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
Oh.
That's okay, she's got 1. Oh, this would be the great time to bring in Blackest Night Martian Manhunter.
If we had one on the team, would that we could.
Boom.
There we go.
Alright, so that's an old favorite, but reimagined.
Revamped.
For the new meta, yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. That's going to be the video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially to all of you who've watched all the way to the end. Komoda.